Hey, so yo, this your boy back here again. I hope y'all caught the first episode with your boy S, man. He gave me some beautiful little insight to his life and how he sees music. So the next guy we got is called Donnie Quest. I met Donnie like a few months ago. Donnie gives me that sort of a old school Negro spiritual type of vibe. He's so conscious. He's very aware of what he's about and what he's for, and also what he stands for, why his following of his, I wouldn't call it religion, but his way of life, the Moors way of life. Check out this interview with my boy, Donnie. He has some beautiful projects out on Bandcamp, and I think he has a couple on Spotify as well. The last thing he did was the Underland series, which was pretty dope. Yours truly did the music video for it. It was fire. So check him out, my boy Donnie. Peace.
Reverence, estimate of my excellence. Many methods, I'm a Methodist, I don't mess around with that excrement. Leave that for shit specialists, no A&R, no management. I'm like corn liquor with a hint of water. Tell you how to kill a skinwalker. Test two rappers identical. Kool-Aid in they ventricles. Idiots and imbeciles, them two deadly missing chemicals. Not about bread, it's principle. The love I give, I get it back. A circle is reciprocal. You're typical and it's visible. Papables, inquisition, locked in place. Competition, folk love to stay complacent. Doctrinated, fake education, can't you see? Ain't nothing changing, getting kicked off in your anus. Big, goofy, ignoramus, nothing for you but death in cages.
God damn. Hey, Donnie. So
Yes,
what's
sir.
good? Welcome.
Appreciate you. Glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
Appreciate you coming through, brother. Appreciate you coming through. So, the first question I always ask everyone, where you from originally though?
I am from a town in the middle of a briar patch. It's called Gastonia, North Carolina.
Shit.
Affectionately known as the Gas House.
Gas house.
Yeah, it's like 15, 20 minutes outside of Charlotte.
Right.
Right on the North Carolina, South Carolina line, kind of
Right.
like. So like, you could be in South Carolina in like 5 minutes.
Shit. Okay. So at what age did you start spitting though? Because you could tell you've been doing it for a while.
I guess I could say maybe 13, 14, something like that, just messing around. When I was about 16, 17, I met up with this guy playing basketball, and he took me to this guy in my neighborhood's house that we used to go to his house, and he would sample break beats, and we would just rap over them all day.
Okay.
And that's what really brought it out of me.
Okay. So what is interesting to me is the aspect of that you rep your Moor culture very visibly, which I think is pretty dope. So at what age or what time in your life was a turning point for your accepting the Moor culture?
Well, since I would say I always knew about the Moorish culture since I was probably 21 maybe, but I really didn't start taking it serious. Well, you could say what they call conscious since I was like 21, so I knew about it. But I didn't really understand the connection that it had with so-called Black Americans until later on, and then I really didn't start taking it serious till like 2 years ago.
Okay.
Really.
So what artists you think motivates you in your delivery and your style? What artists, if you were to identify yourself with?
Well, I can answer it like this. Some of my favorite artists would be Andre 3000, Prodigy of Mobb Deep, CeeLo Green.
Ooh. Never heard that before. CeeLo, a rapper being motivated by CeeLo.
Yeah, man, he's so dope. He's really, really underrated. I mean, of course you have your Wu-Tangs and your Nas and all of that stuff, but like for some reason, Prodigy, Andre 3000, they always stood out, you know, really, really far from me.
Prodigy, I like his style.
Yeah.
His style was always real different. All right. So we worked on that track called Diagnosis, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which I thought was pretty dope. It was like a college class for me when I started breaking back all the layers of your joints and everything.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I realized when you wrote that you were trying to really highlight the blind spots of Black people
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to our origins, our cultures, what we're being taught, what we're being fed.
Exactly.
So, what moved you to write that? To be that explicit, to be that very much clear about it?
Well, the reason why I keep doing it or started back is because of miseducation. So, you know how we call ourselves, well, they call us whatever they want to call us. They call us Negro, they call us Black, they call us colored, they call us this, they call us that.
Right.
All misnomers, they're all just labels that they gave us to kind of keep us away from the truth. Like we're not any of those. Like we're the only, as far as North America, we're the only people that call ourselves Black people. There's no origin of Black.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why as Moors, as so-called Black people, we don't use that because it cuts off your descendancy. By you being a Black person or a Negro person, you're non-descendable. Right. You don't have any ancestors. You don't have any origins. You're just
so you're trying to say
slavery.
So basically a blunt perspective. Then there's really no up or down to it. There's no depth to it or anything like that.
Yeah, it's just something that we don't know. That most so-called Black people don't know. That most people think that their ancestors came off a boat.
Right.
From Africa. But when you think about it, how much sense does it make for all of these so-called Black people in all of the Americas to be on boats? Think about a boat in the 1600s with just 200 people on it. Where's all the water?
Right.
Where's all the food? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. How could they have done that? I'm not saying that nobody came from Africa or even Europe that was so-called Black being slaves,
right?
But not no millions of people. It's impossible. It just doesn't make any sense,
True. So you had something when we first met. You had something that made me really think twice, though. Like you called your I think it was your label or your brand, but you called it Psycho Astronaut. Yeah. Why? Give me a little history of that name, Psycho Astronaut. Why you chose that?
Psycho Astronauts is kind of old with the Psycho Astronauts, but the origins was, if anybody remembers, this crazy astronaut lady from, I think, what year was it? Like 2000 and I don't know, 4, 5. So she had this boyfriend.
Yeah.
That worked for the Air Force or something other like that. And he was cheating on her, and she drove from Florida to Houston with a diaper on. Non-stop. I guess she only stopped for gas. And I guess she shit and piss on herself, and when she got there, she had planned to kill both of them. But she just went up to him and sprayed him with mace or something like that or whatever. But make a long story short, that name stuck out to me, Psycho Astronauts. And everybody who hears that name, they're like, wow, it sounds like a metal death group or some rock group. But it just kind of stuck. And it's a group. It really was a group of us as MCs from all of my family back home or whatever. Shout out to Psycho Astronaut. We still trying to put stuff together, but now it's becoming a little more than what it was, and it's just a name that stuck. I think I took that name and was like, okay, I'm gonna do something with this.
Okay.
That's where it comes from.
First time I heard it, I had me scratching my head. I was like, Psycho Astronaut.
But I'll tell you this: if you look at the logos, what the logos mean. Okay, so most of the logos that I created, they have either diamond, they're diamond skeletons, right, or they'll have diamond teeth and gold skeleton.
Right. That
just means that when we leave, we're gonna leave something back. You know what I mean?
Okay. Treasures. I get it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right. So when you and I first connected, right, on the real though, like I honestly, bro, I didn't expect this amount of depth. Most rappers I've met probably could be a little bit bad for me to say, but most rappers I've met don't really have much to the surface when it comes to it. They don't have much depth like how you have everything. But the first time I saw you, you literally looked like RZA's stepchild, bro. Right, real talk. So, what you thought about our music that you and we worked on together? What you thought about that? What you thought about our music?
Well, I feel like our music is like top tier. I mean, just to be honest, straightforward, super underground, top tier, original rap, raw music. You know what I mean? No fluff, nothing. Just more of the, what hip hop is supposed to be. Not saying nothing about anybody else. You know, music is music, but when it comes to hip hop and that original rap, I think that's what we embody. That's what made me want to connect with you even more. And I couldn't even imagine, like, I had no thoughts that people from Trinidad had that. You know what I'm saying? Or even people from Africa. I didn't know. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
Yeah.
There's an African MC I featured on my project twice. A guy called MC Ways. He's pretty dope. He's from South Africa. He's dope. All right. So, thanks for giving me a lot of insight of who you are and what you stand for, bro. And as I told you, the previous one, keep on cooking, brother.
Yes, sir.
Keep on
yes,
cooking.
sir. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Brooks.